Hello everyone, welcome to day 10 of 60 days of DevOps with Vikash series. So today's topic is Linux fundamental plus lab, and today we are going to cover the advanced topic of Linux. So as a prerequisite before getting started with this video, I would suggest you and highly recommend you to go and watch the day 9 video of Linux at least. Okay, because this is a complete ongoing series from day 1 to day 60. If you are interested in the complete course, do check out, guys. This complete course is totally free of cost. You will really enjoy it. There is no other best course than this you will find out on YouTube. Okay, so those all day 1 to day 9 video you can check in the description. All the links are attached with the video description, and what topics today we are going to cover, you can check into the video description as well. So you will get the time codes from there about the tools and topic. But let's just enjoy and let's just do these all things. Okay, let's try to understand the complete concept. Okay, but just try to uh, watch the video from day 1 to day 9. Okay, so that you can be in line of the things what we are going to do today. Okay, and just a quick reminder, guys, if you haven't subscribed my channel, please do subscribe to support us so that whenever a new video I will upload, you will get notified. So for that, you have to press the bell icon after subscribing this channel. Thank you. So let's start by learning Linux file system today. Okay, so today's topic is Linux file system, and what do we mean by that? So this is also a very important question. Sorry, this is also a very important topic. If you're just getting started with DevOps, Linux is very essential tool for DevOps, right? Without this, it's impossible to assume DevOps. So what does it mean, Linux file system? First thing is it follows, hierarchical tree structure. And second thing is just try to note down these all things, guys. This is going to be your notes itself. Okay, just try to write down in your language. And also it follows hierarchical tree structure, and also it contains a root folder. Okay? So what do we mean by hierarchical tree structure? Hierarchical tree structure means there will be some, hierarchy. There will be some directory. Inside that directory there will be some other directory. Inside that directory there will be certain other directory, right? So this is hierarchical. One will be the head. Suppose like that in a class, principal, then teacher, then student. The Linux follow the same concept here as well. And it contains root directory. Root directory contains couple of folder. Okay, like some of the example, if you will think what are all the couple of folder I am talking about. So mainly it will contain many folder, but for example, this root folder contain /bin, /etc, /opt, and /user. So there are many n number of folder, guys. We are going to see today, we are going to see these all things. Okay, so inside this folder also there will be certain other folder also. Okay, so like this it has been formed. Linux is totally based on file system, right? So we should be able to understand, because as per the interview perspective also, this is one of the topic interviewer are interested in, right? So let's do one thing. Let me draw a mind map for you before getting into all the folders. So you will get the more clarity, I guess. So let's draw it. So here is your root folder. So now we are going to see the mind map for folders present into the root. Okay, what are the hierarchical tree structure we have into Linux file system? So root folder will have many folder like home/home. It will have /bin. It will have /sbin. It will have library, user, opt boot etc dev var tmp, and the last one media m and t. So this is a complete roadmap, and you can see the Linux file system hierarchy we will see today. We will try to describe each and everything in depth, not in depth. Whatever you need to know as a DevOps engineer, that part only we will see, right? So let's just get started with the home directory now. I will talk about slash home. This is what where all Linux user spaces are allocated. All Linux user spaces, don't worry, all Linux user spaces are located. So for a particular operating system, there can be certain user, right? And in the when you will go to the home directory, for each and every user, you will have different directory. Like suppose this is home directory, this will contain a directory for MrDevOpss. This will contain a directory for Vikash. So for each and every user, you can see there is a directory, right? So this home basically contains all Linux user spaces which is located there. Okay, and hope you understood. And now each user will have its own space in home directory. Yeah, obviously each user will have its own directory, right, into the home directory, right? And one more important thing you will see, except only your root user, you will not find the root user here. Okay, so root user is the very important user in the Linux, coming to the Linux system, which will have all the super user permission. Okay, it have administrator level permission, guys. So this user you won't get into this slash home directory. Okay, so it is completely isolated from the home directory, right? So let's quickly revise what we have talked about the home directory. So all Linux user spaces are located in home directory. Each user will have its own space in home directory, and right, and except root user which will have its separate isolated folder, right? All user directory will be there, but except your root user. Okay, let's go ahead and let's just talk about the next directory structure in Linux. So it will be bin. So what do we mean by bin? So bins means, it stand for basically binary, if you will talk about full form. And this is very important folder which is present into the Linux. So what does it contain actually? It contains most basic command. If you are a Linux user, you already know what are the basic command of Linux. If you don't know, then here are some of the example, like we have seen in the last day 9 video, right? Cat command, copy command, and echo, etc. So cat, we have seen how to display a file, how to read content of a file in a standard output, copy to copy a file, right? And echo to print the output, right? Or redirect the output. So there are many use cases we have seen in the day 9 video for these basics command, right? How we will use this all command in DevOps. So just refer to the day 9 video for that complete understanding. Okay, and whatever you see here, guys, contains most basics things. It's basics commands. Those are cat, cp, and echo. These things you will get in a form of file, cat, like this, into this bin directory. If you will explore that in your local, you will get like this. So each command are separate files. This is the beauty. And these whatever basic command you will find here, that is available for throughout the system users. you know this whatever command you will find here, that is available for throughout the user. Like how many user you have, a home directory can have multiple user directory. All user can have the access of these all commands. Only certain command have access to can be accessed by root user, right? So let me again give you a quick revision. Binary stand for binary, bin stand for binary, contains most basic command like at, cp, echo, etc, and which is available for, and these commands are available for throughout the system user. Okay, so if you are thinking like what is binary actually, if you are not from a computer CSE background, binary is nothing but it's a computer readable format. Like as a human you understand by some language, right? So computer also needs some language to understand something which we are asking them. So this is what like, and it is a computer readable format which is in zeros and one format. Okay, whatever file you write, first it's just get converted into binary files, and through that binary file computer will understand. So this is a computer language, binary is a computer language. Okay, so we saw home and bin. Let's just see now about, so now we will see about sbin directory. Sbin, okay, what does it stand for? So previously we have saw bin directory, right? Bin directory is nothing but that stand for binary files. What does it mean? Like stand sbin, this is mainly system binaries. Okay, system binaries, like what does it contains? It contains bunch of different command which are system relevant. Okay, it contains bunch of different command which are system relevant. System relevant means your operating system relevant. Okay, and when you will use this type of commands, right, system relevant command, you would be needing super user permission, right? Sudo permission to execute these such command, right? So what are those command, right? What are those command? Like you have add user, you have setting password to that user, password user, you have changing password for a user. Do you think like it is possible for a normal user to maintain these all things? No, no way, right? So that is why this sbin will help you. Apart from that changing password, you can do networking configuration, doing networking configuration using IP tables. We will see, don't get confused. Just try to grab the thing what I am going to present you. So sbin is nothing but, sbin is nothing but it stands for system binaries which contains bunch of different command which are operating system relevant. Okay, so it contains such type of command which needs sudo permission to get execute, like the add password, setting password to a user, changing password for a user, doing network configurations. Correct? So this is very very important. All right, so we have revised this as well. Now we will see our library, right? We have seen home, we have seen bin, sbin. Now we will see like, so let's just understand about this. Just sit freely, relax, and just try to think and just try to note down from your end. Okay, prepare your own notes or digital notes. So what does this lib? Lib is nothing but it stands for library folder. Library folder. What does it contains? Okay, it hold library for those binaries and command. What does it do? It holds library for those binary and commands. What does we mean by binary and command? So we already saw, right? We already saw like in bin or sbin we will have certain copy of file, right? In bin is containing multiple basic command. Basic command does nothing but as a format of file there are certain script are written which we execute, which get executed when we call it. Okay, So there should be some library, right? If you are working on as a Java developer or any Python developer, you are maintaining some libraries, right? You are importing those library and making the function. Like if you like login functionality someone else has written, you will just directly import it in your system. As a coding point of view, I am saying, okay, in the same way, there is a library, guys. There is a library which contains all the required library for those binary and commands. Okay, this is a library. Now, because one program can execute in different location and having executable file here. So because whenever one program you will execute into different location, so the executable file will be present here itself. Okay, suppose you have installed Chrome, and Mr. DevOps is also want to access this Chrome browser, and Vikas also wants to access this Chrome browser. But your main library file is present here itself, right? You are trying to access the application, that's okay, you are able to access, but the main library files executable file, suppose, is present here. Hope it is clear to you. If you don't, just rewatch this 2 minute again. Now what is the next thing? We have seen lib, now we will see slash user. Slash user. So what does it stand for? It simply stand for user directory. Okay, so it is used for user home directory. Okay, it is used for user home directory. Okay, what is it? It contains, it contains, what does it contains? It contains again bin folder, it contains s bin folder and library folder too. See, means folder inside folder. Again this folder will have these all directory, right? What we have in, if you will see, scroll up in the bin, you can see not bin, in the root you can see, right? We have this type of hierarchy structure. But when you will see this slash user will have again this type of a structure inside it, right? Slash user will have bin, opt, etc, in like that, right? See, slash user is again having these all folder structure inside it. This is how complex it is. Okay, so it is used for user home directory. User home directory, whenever you create a user, a directory will get created, and that directory will contain this all information, right? If this is a user directory you have created, it will have certain permission, right? It can access basic command. It can, can it access these system binaries as well, or can it access the library as well if it installs some software? So all things will get subdivided into different folders. All right, so slash user also contains your user local folder. Okay, so what does this folder do? It is a directory of program, directory of program. Program in something you are just installing some application, don't get confused. And it is this user slash local folder is a directory of program, okay, that we install on the computer. Directory of program, and this program what we install on the computer. Either it can be a third party application as well, application, right? Example what? Example your Docker, Minikube, Java, etc. And local, this your local folder again contains these directory, your slash bin, your slash lib, and many more. This is how Linux file system works. So example, when you install Java binaries, when you install Java, okay, whenever you install Java into your Linux system, what will happen? Binaries will go to bin folder, okay, and libraries will go to lib folder. So this will happen automatically, you don't have to do anything here. All right. Apart from that, program whatever program you have installed into this user local directory will be available for all the user on the computer. Okay, so see, user level is fine, user level is fine. Like, user level is something we saw right up. See, this home contains multiple multiples folder, right? Multiple directory for different user. Okay, and each user will have certain command file like this. See, cat copy bin means this folder will also have this all directory structure inside it, the bin. So just try to observe what I'm saying. Okay, each folder will have again a hierarchy structure inside it, guys. This is how it works. Okay, so whatever program I was saying, whatever program you will install into this user local will be available for all the user on the computer. But in Linux, you can install application at user level, that we have already saw, right? If there is a user in slash home directory, this Mr. DevOps, he if he want, he can install a application. Like if he want to work on IntelliJ, then he can directly install the IntelliJ, and other people will not get access to that IntelliJ because he is the only person who want to use. So in Linux, that also you can do, right? It means, like, in Linux you can install application user level. Apart from that, in Linux you can install application which will be available for all user on the computer. Like, where we will install, you will install in user local folder. Hope you got my point. So let me quickly revise this user again. User slash user stand for user, used for user home directories. So which contains folder like slash bins slash s bins slash libraries folder. Okay, and some command we saw at the root level, we can see user level as well. Okay, some command whatever we saw at root level, what type of command we saw at root level, like add user pass, changing password of a user, changing password, and doing networking configuration. So these permission can be given at user level as well. Okay, and in the last, slash user contains directory of program is what we install onto the computer. Also, you can install third party application like Docker, Minikube, Java. All will be available here, and another people will get access to it. Another user present in the system. Okay. And as I told, local again contains binary and libraries folder again. Okay. So simple example, whenever you will install Java, all the file related to binaries, it will go to binary directory. All the file related to lib, it will go to where? It will go to library. So here, if you will want to assume more, user local, user local is a directory. Inside this Java you have installed, and inside this already it will have slash bin folder, as I told. Up here, see, it will have library. So when you will install Java, binary will go to this folder and library will go to this folder. Quite simple, right? Now, which folder we will talk about? We will talk about the OPT folder. Let's go ahead and let's just talk about this OPT folder or directory. So what does this OPT means? Okay, OPT is something like, it is, you can say, OPT is another location where application and third party software can be installed. So you can say it is another location. What is the first location? Let's revise. What is the first location? Slash user slash local. And this is also another location where you can install application or third party application, same as user local. But you will be thinking, what is the difference? What is the difference, right? Just hold on. So OPT stand for optional folder, if I missed saying. Okay, OPT is another, OPT is stand for optional folder, and it contains, it is another location where you can install application and third party application. So now we will see the difference between slash opt directory and slash user local. Let's check that. So OPT, like, so see, There are few application which doesn't allow to show their code in different directory by splitting. Okay, suppose what happened in the case of Java. If you have installed Java, what happened? So when the Java installation started happening, all the binaries related to Java went into binary folder of user local. All the libraries present into the Java went and sit inside the library folder of user local directory. So there are certain application which doesn't want to split their codes in such a way, right? They want to keep their code at one place. So what happens? So then opt comes in picture, guys. Opt does what? Opt do what? It is used when program get installed within a single directory, within one directory. Okay, so opt or opt or optional folder are in picture, you can say. Like if you are installing some IDE, you are installing some web browser example, so those all will come inside and sit into this opt folder, because they don't want to split their application across the libraries and the bins. Okay, so this is where you will use this opt. And user, already we have user local, we already have saw a brief info about it. Okay, hope you understood this. Let's move to the next. This is boot. This is boot folder. Let's talk more about this boot folder. This is interesting. So we are understanding what we should need to know as a DevOps engineer. No, don't try to go in depth. Okay, whatever I'm saying, just take a note of it. So boot stand for booting. What does it means? So booting means, suppose when your operating system is getting started, it needs some file. These all are work of the booting files. Okay, so this boot mainly contains file required for booting. Okay, like you can say these are don't touch files. Okay, you don't want to do anything, you don't have to do anything with that, just you have to understand. So all folder you will see inside this. So whatever folder we have saw till now, those were read only folder, right? Those were just read only folder. I'm just revising, but let's revise this again. This is what we should know about this boot. Boot stand for booting. It contains all the folder required for booting. Okay, these are don't touch files. Now let's go to the next command, that is etc directory. Etc directory is nothing but etc directory. Okay, you can say a directory in the root directory where system configuration are stored. So it store your system configuration. Okay, what system configuration? Example, network interface configuration, like the password, like the Linux user data. Okay, and whatever files present into this, those are writable files. So till now, whatever we have saw, those were read only files, like the cat command and the echo command. Those were read only files, not editable. But whatever file you will see inside this slash etc, it will be writable file. You can modify that file, right? And slash etc is a place where configuration for system wide application are installed. Okay, I'm repeating it again. It is a place where configuration for system wide application are stored. Like you have installed Ansible, right? So if you are going forward, we will see the Ansible. So you will see configuration related to Ansible will be present into this folder, like slash etc slash Ansible slash host. So we configure our host. So configuration related to Ansible came here. Apart from Ansible, there can be MySQL configuration, there can be Python, there can be many other configuration as well, which are sitting inside this. Okay, so hope you understood this. Etc, let me revise this. Etc is nothing but a direct root directory. It is a directory into a root directory where system configuration are stored. Example, network interface config, password, Linux user data, and writable files. Okay, and slash etc is also a place where configuration for system wide application are stored, like MySQL, Python, Ansible configuration. Okay, now let's just move to the next folder, that is slash dev. So let's know more about this slash dev folder. So slash dev is a folder which is a location of device file. Location of device file. What do we mean by device files? Okay, example guys, if you have a webcam, if you have a keyboard, if you have a hard drive, etc, external hard drive, so those all things you are connecting with your Linux system. So whatever information related to that you can see inside this slash dev directory. Okay, so you can say this slash dev is something, this is where devices you are currently connected to computer, the datas are stored, right? So slash dev is something where devices so slash dev is a place. So slash dev is something where the devices you are currently connected to your app computer, those data will be stored. Okay, and like suppose application and driver will not access this, not even the user. So no any external application or driver will access this, not even the user can access this. It contains the files which system needs to interact with the device. Hope you understood this. Let me explain it again. So slash dev is a location of device file like webcam, keyboard, hard drive, etc. So this is a place where the devices you are currently connected to computer, those data are stored. Like application and driver will not access this, will not access this. Okay, and in the last file, the file that the system needs to interact when they want to access the particular device, those file will be present into this dev folder. Let's move to the next folder, that is slash var. Let's know more about this now. What is var folder? When operating system start, okay, when operating system start, it looks for some data. Those are like data or log, you can say, that logs are present into this var file. Okay, let me explain it again. When operating system start, it looks for some data, right? Like whenever you are doing something in your operating system, you have closed the system, like you have just just you haven't closed, just you just have left the system, it got logged, right? After certain time when you came back, again you saw you are at that place only, right? So it has generated some log file. Through log file it maintains the state, like the last time I was accessing, the user was accessing pictures. Okay, so how Linux will know this user was accessing last time pictures itself? So using the log file it has generated. So those type of log file you can see into the var folder. Okay, so it contains file to which system writes data during the course of its operation, right? So what does it mean? It contains files. What type of files? Which system writes during the course of its operation, its operation. Hope it is clear to you. So now if you will go and you will check into this var slash log directory into your Linux, it will contain all the log file. If you will go to slash var slash cache, it contains all the cached data from application programs. Okay, so hope you understood. Let me revise this. Whenever operating system start, it looks for some data. Those data or log are stored in var folder, var directory. It contains all the file. It contains the file which system writes when during the course of its operation. Like you are running something, the log will get generated. You are accessing Chrome browser, log will get generated. So those kind of things you can check into this slash var slash log. You will get all the activities your system has done till now if you will access this location. Okay, now let's go to the next folder, next directory, that is slash tmp slash tmp directory. So slash tmp means, from the name it you can understand this means temporary directory, right? And this contains the resources which is required for some process. Okay, and you can keep here temporarily. So this contains what, like some application you are running. Okay, and that application needs some temporary storage to store the data temporarily. So then that time the application can use this directory. Okay, again I'm saying, suppose you are running any application in the background and temporarily it needs to save some of its file, so or data. So it will go where, it will go to the temporary directory. And the last but not the least, we have media or mnt mount. Okay, let's first know about media. Media basically contains data related to removable media. Like you are inserting a pen drive and all, those all data will come to this media folder. Okay, and this media contains subdirectory where removable media devices are installed to the computer, are mounted. Okay, so media is something which contains removable media. Like it contains subdirectory where removable media devices inserted to the computer are mounted. Like this is your system, you have inserted some pen drive to it, right? And so it will have, so there should be someone who should read, right? So in the media there are certain subdirectory, okay, which keeps track of it. Like whenever you inserted a pen drive, you can see you will get something like c drive or d drive, something, okay, based on the pen drive. So you can see it's been mounted. How does this functions? So media have some subdirectory which which do what, whenever you will removable media you will insert to the computer, it will mount and display here. Okay, again if you want to get some more example, like when you are inserting a cd, a directory will automatically get created, right? This one, this type of directory, and you can access the content of the cd inside this directory, right? So those all information you can get from this. Now let's go to mnt. What does it mean? MNT is something like, guys, this is a temporary mount point. Mount point, I'm saying, not a storage. Mount point is nothing but this kind of drive. Like you are connecting external drive, you got some mount, right? It is accessible from there. So like this is a temporary mount point where what happens? It historically system admin mounts temporary file system here. Okay, like system administrator can temporarily mount their file system here. All right. So now I will talk about the last topic, and you can say uh, it is more after these topics. That is hidden files. I will talk about hidden files now. Hidden files are what? These are automatically generated by programs or operating system. So these are automatically generated by program or operating system. Okay, which is primarily used to prevent important data from accidentally deleted. So hidden file, you think like you saw some hidden file you delete, right? Usually don't do that. Okay, because that maybe contains some very important and crucial information related to the system, which helps system to run smoothly, right? So that is why hidden file concept is we have into the operating system, which primarily used to prevent important data from being deleted accidentally. Okay, it prevent. If it is hidden, it is preventing, right? And now whatever file name you will see for these hidden file, this will always start with dot. Okay, and in Unix, we usually call it as dot files. So hope you have understood about this hidden file concept. Let's move to the next topic. Now we will start with command line basic. This is going to be an overview and whatever we should need to know. Okay, so let's put the heading command line basics and overview. So the advanced part we have seen already into the day 9 video and overview. So what are all the things we will cover here? So what do we mean by command line or command, Linux command? Okay, so whenever you execute a command, you execute the command in a command line. Okay, so that you can work with your file system. Why basically we are using this all command, right? We have saw in the day 9 there were so many various commands. So you will have observed something. We are trying to interact with the file system. We are creating file, deleting file, editing file, moving file, copying file, and many more things. Why we are doing that? So this is the main use of your command. Okay, Linux command uh, are those that can get executed to that can get executed in a command line, so that we can work smoothly with the file system. Okay, so what does we mean by file system? How What do you mean by interacting with the file system? So like creating folder or files, like listing directories, or rename rename or remove files. So I have a question from you, how we can rename a file in Linux. Just drop down into the comment. Just drop a comment saying this is the answer. Okay, I will check who is giving the right answer. Apart from that, we are displaying a information or some file, right? So this is what a command and the command line does. Okay, command line is where we put our Linux command. Okay, let's go to let's go to this is my terminal, right? And here I can write many types of command, like see, like we have seen. Let me refresh this. So this is our terminal. All right, and here, if what is the current working directory in which we are in? Ubuntu /home/ubuntu directory. This denotes to present working directory. We have already saw in day 9. Okay, you can list all the file present into this. Okay, so these are commands, right? And whatever output you are getting here, those are, and what is the medium of interaction? This your black screen, right? This is your command line where you are putting the command and getting the desired outputs. Okay, if you want to switch to any particular directory like documents or any directory, like let's list, there is no any directory, right? Let's go to /home. Here you have the Ubuntu directory, right? Ubuntu is a user directory. So we have already saw, right? If you remember our class. slash home contains directory for all the users. See, slash home is containing MrDevOpss. Right now, this is the same applies to this Ubuntu user. Okay, so right now, if you will do pwd, see your location get changed. Now you are here. Okay, if you want to create a directory, let's create a directory. This is your folder. So it is saying permission denied. You can't create a directory being a Ubuntu user. Or so let's go to Ubuntu. Let's try to create a file now as a Ubuntu user. See, now as a Ubuntu user have the power to create some file, right? What does it mean? Ubuntu will have a bin directory, right? Ubuntu user will have bin directory. Just try to correlate. Ubuntu user will have again a bin directory. Bin directory will have cat, echo, pat, cp, this type of command. Then only he is able to run this. So just try to relate and do the things. Okay, let's do ls. If we have some file inside this, I do not have any. I have file like jenkins.sh, and this is the folder we have. Okay, we can see a directory and the file inside this. Now what you can do, you can create a, we have already created a folder here, right? Let's do pwd where we are currently. We are in Ubuntu. We have just created a directory but didn't switch. Let's go to that directory, cd. It will switch to change to that directory. Now how you will verify? Just hit pwd again. So you are here, you are here now, right? Now I want to create some file. How I can create some file? There were various method we have saw in the last lecture, but these are the main again method. So this, like this, you can create some file. See, when you will do ls now, you can see your file is here. Correct. If you want to remove this, what you will do? Rm main.py. Now try to list it again. This is empty. Empty. If you want to switch back to one directory back, you just do cd dot dot. If you want to switch it twice, just do cd dot dot cd dot dot like this. You will come back to back to back. Let's go to home Ubuntu again. Now I want to delete this Mr. DevOps folder or directory. How I can do that? You will be thinking I will just do Mr. DevOps. No, it won't delete because we should delete recursively. Recursively in the sense we should delete the folder, we should delete the files, whatever present inside this folder. So for that you have to do rm. We have see various method in day 9, right? So this is just a, you can say, quick recap. I won't take much of your time, don't worry. So it deleted the Mr. DevOps folder. Now if you will do ls, okay, you don't see anything here. Okay, if you will do cd space and this slash, now you are at the root folder. See, whenever you see this symbol slash and the dollar or dollar, you can say it will bring you to the root folder. Just do pwdc. This is your root folder, guys. Just try to correlate again. What do I saw? What do I told you? This slash root have many folder. So this denotes slash means root. Root will have different directories. Okay, see, you have all of your directory here. Your slash bin, dev, home, lib, right? Media, mnt, opt. What else do you want? Okay, so just try to remember the complete directory structure like slash home root boot etc user bin sbin. Just make a rap song and just try to just try to remember these all things. Okay, not remember, but just try to understand the functionality. When you will start working in your day to day, it is very easy to remember, right? Now uh, one more thing I would like to clear again. If you forgot, like everything in linux is a file, right? Everything is in a linux is file. Okay, like you see your text document, your pictures etc, all are file format. Okay, even your directories are made up of files. Do you know? Okay, like the commands you have. What are the command like your, suppose whatever you did now, pwd, ls, cp, mv, those all are binary files. Binary file are what? A computer readable format. It means it will be it will be form of zeros and ones, right? It is not, it is not human readable format, it is computer readable format. Also, also the devices which read, like whatever you connect with your computer, like printer, keyboard, usb, cd, all the information related to that are written in file. Okay, so just try to, hope you understood this, just try to understand this thing. Now we will see how we can navigate into the file system. How to navigate in the file system. How to navigate in the file system? So how we can navigate? Let's go back to the terminal. Here, if you want to navigate somewhere, what you do, cd/user, just hit tab, guys. Okay, cd, we have seen a videos like 20 to 30 plus shortcut already in day 9. Slash user slash local slash bin. See, this is how you can navigate to a particular file system from one place to another place. Now, if you want to go back again to the user folder, what you will do? Any guesses? One directory back, again one directory back. See, now when you will do pwd, see, isn't it? You are currently in slash user directory. Or if you want to, or what else you can do? You can directly do cd from anywhere, You sr. See, again from anywhere also you will do cd. You remember the path. You can directly switch back, right? And this is called, guys, absolute path. When you do remember the complete path of any location, so this is called absolute path. So absolute path is nothing but, let's go back to the board. Absolute path is what? Absolute path. Absolute path is something, a complete path that describe absolute location of any directory or files. So absolute path is something that describe absolute location of any directory or files, like cd slash etc slash network, this directory. So this is called the absolute path. To reach this directory, you know the complete path. Okay, you can move to any location by providing this complete path. Okay, now let's go back to the terminal. And when you will do, cd and this tilde, see, you will come to the root. Again pwd, sorry, it will come to the home directory. Okay, you can go back to the, this is your home directory. When you will come back to the end, like before home also there will be certain directory, right? That is root directory. So using this, so we, if you will do cd and tilde, you will go to the home directory. And before home directory also, if you will try to go back, that will come, then your root directory will come. Okay, now using ls, don't you don't need to switch to any directory to, switch to another location to list the file or folder. Like I know like I want to access this, I want to access this location, so do I need to switch here, right? Do I need to switch here? Actually no, you can directly access from here itself using cd. See, c ls and the absolute path, network, network. See, so you are currently where? You are currently in root directory, but still you are able to access the things of this directories. This is how beautiful it is. Let's go to the home directory again. pwd, clear the screen. Okay, now we will talk about package manager. So this is very 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 important. Okay, this is very 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 important. Just try to understand this concept, package, and start preparing your own notes. Okay, your own notes. Package manager is nothing but a installer software. installer software. Okay, or what does it means? What does it mean? Like how to install software on Linux. Package manager will show you how to install software on Linux. Okay, so in Linux we usually install software or packages using this package manager. Correct. So what is a package manager and what is a software package? Let's see the difference. In order to understand this, let's see the difference. Package manager versus software package. Software package is something you have downloaded a Chrome, right? That is a software package. Now, now let's see. So package, while let's talk about software package first. Okay, like this is a kind of compressed archive. Whatever you download in Windows or Linux, you get a zip file, right? Those are nothing but a compressed archive, right? Which contains all the required file to run an application, right? It contains all the required file to run an application, and the application usually have some dependencies. Correct. If you are installing some Chrome into your local Linux system, there will be certain dependencies, right? That should also get installed. When in order to run this Chrome smoothly, those libraries and dependencies should be present here. Okay, so that may depend on another software to run, right? So the same way you are installing Ansible, you are installing like Jenkins. Take the example of Jenkins. You need Java as a prerequisite, right? Without, if Java is not in the system, you can't execute the word file of the Jenkins. So Java will be, you can say, those are Java is a prerequisite for that, Java libraries and dependencies. Correct. So those all dependencies need to be installed, right? Those all dependency needs to be installed in order to run this Chrome package. So let me revise this again. Software package is nothing but a compressed archive which is containing all the required file for an application to run. Okay. Suppose if there is any application when we will install, yeah, that is sure. Like there will be certain dependencies, right? And that dependencies will depend, right? Like to run this software smoother, so we have to install the dependencies as well along with this archives software package, and all dependencies need to be installed. So let's go to this package manager now. Just try to understand this because this is very very important, very very important. So package manager is something like whenever you install something, whenever you install something think of a usual scenario. Whenever you will install something, what will happen? File will split, right? In Linux across different folder. As I told for Java, if you're installing Java, all the libraries, all the binaries belongs to Java will go to binary directory, and all the libraries belonging to this Java will go to library directory. Correct. But managing application like while uninstalling everything it is bit difficult. Why? Because it is split across multiple directory, guys. Some part are in bin, some part are in library. This is very hard to uninstall. Correct. Then in that case we needed package manager. Just I'm writing the short format, mgr package manager. So what does it do? What does it do now? It downloads downloads install or update existing software from a repository. Okay, so package using package manager you can download, you can install, and you can update. If you are already having Java previous version running, you want to update, you can update using this package manager. Okay, package manager resolve the dependencies for you. So what does it do? Resolves dependency. So what do you mean by this? You will say resolve dependency in the sense, when you are installing, again go back to the example Chrome, you don't have to worry about the respective dependencies, right, which is required to run this software smoother. Now package manager will do these things for you automatically. Okay. Also what it does, what it do, like suppose same example, you are installing Firefox, it will download the Firefox package, package, and it will check, it will check the dependencies. Like suppose 100 dependencies are required to run, it will automatically download those 100 dependencies for you. You don't have to do anything. Okay. And the best thing about this package manager is it knows where to put all the file in the Linux system. It has the track. Like suppose I have installed the Java application, its library went to this library folder, its binaries went to binary folder. But your package manager, guys, without package manager, it is very hard to uninstall. But if you have installed these all things using package manager has track of these all things. Libraries, Java libraries has been sent to libraries, and Java bin has been sent to binaries. Now what it will do, so while you will uninstall now, your package manager will know where to uninstall and what to uninstall. Correct? Because it is having the track already. Right? Now there will be a question you will be thinking, where do I get such package manager and how does it look like? So it is already present in whenever you create a EC2 instance or any server, local server, it will be already installed there. Like whenever you will hit apt, you will see something like this. This is the apt version it is showing currently. So it is by default present here. Okay. And apt is like you can say it is Ubuntu package manager. Okay. And as I told, like apt you will get already installed into every Linux distribution. Let's just talk about the uh, apt package manager. Apt package manager, it is a advanced package tool. Okay, which is very very popular, very very popular. Okay, what does it contains, this tool, what does it contain? It contains commands. I'm writing into the short form again. It contains command which will help you to install, uninstall, and upgrade software applications. Right? Hope you understood a little brief about this advanced packaging tool. So now we will see how we can manage software with apt, right? How we can manage our software using apt. Another, your next question, software package using apt. So apt shows apt commands and action. When you will hit apt onto the terminal, you can see it will show you what do you want to use along with the apt, like list, search, so install. This is what I was talking about here. Apt will list out or show you all the apt command and action. And also it is a very convenient way to look up a package using the package manager tool. So using this apt, even you can search what are all the packages and are present into the remote repository. Let's check that. Just clear the screen, clear. And here I want to search for OpenJDK. So if you will do just apt, see, it is giving you this all list of command. You just take one of the command like search. So apt search ACARCH OpenJDK. Just hit enter. So see, this much package you have available into the repository of apt already. Already it is there. So it will list down all the available version here. Even if you don't know how to install a package or software, what else you can do? If I want to install Java, when you will hit Java, it will show you something like this. So it will show you how you can use it. And I was expecting something like it should show some command. Okay, but you can search like this, right? You can search like this, whatever package you need of Java or default JRE, you can simply download it from here. Okay, and how you will know, package manager automatically gives suggestion as well that I was expecting. Okay, let's not worry too much about that. Let's now see how we can install any package using package manager. How? So there is just a simple command apt install, and here you have to provide the package name which you want to install. Okay, this command says install a given package. Right, so let's go back to the terminal. Let's try to install something. I want to install this. Let's take the name. I want to install this package. So what was the command? Apt install and paste. So you have to be a root user. So I have become a root user now. Now I will do apt install paste. See, it started downloading. It will still ask for your permission to continue. Just hit Y. And like this, you can see it is showing something. It is showing something progress bar kind of thing when you will use apt. Let's go back to the board. In the same way, guys, do you know you can install multiple packages at a time. So what will be the command? Same command, package one name and package two name. Okay. Now when you will install, let's see if it's been installed. I will check the version of Java. See, it will show you the version of Java is this now. Let's clear the screen. Now in the same way, I want to uninstall the package. Okay. How I can uninstall a package what we have downloaded? So or installed. So for that you have simple command install of apt. Now you will do remove, apt remove, and the package name. Okay, what does command do? It says remove installed package. So let's go back and let's just try to remove the package which we have downloaded. So you have history command. I got a typo. History command. So where we have installed, this is where we have installed, right? Let's take this particular name. Now we will do apt remove and this name. Copy this, paste here. See, it will ask for your permission. If you want to suppress this, yes or no, just type -y. So now it's been uninstalled, right? So what are the big advantages of using a package manager? Let's check that. So what is the topic? Big advantages of using package manager. So first thing is it you can get everything at one central place where you can from where you can install, upgrade, configure, or remove software application. See how useful this is. How useful this is, right? Many people will get confused into this difference between apt and apt-get. Let me explain you, right? Difference between apt and apt-get. So what is the difference between apt and apt-get? Apt-get is nothing but another package manager. Another package manager. So we will come across this, right, in the day to day. So if you will go back to the Linux to check either it is default available or not, let's see apt hyphen get. In the same way we check the apt. So you will see, oh, it is also available on the Linux by default, right? It is also used, it is also used to install, update, and remove software, right? Now this is what all about the apt-get. Now we will talk about the differences between apt and apt-get. So apt is more user friendly, like it will give you progress bar as I have shown you, s- so that you can track like at what percentage of software has been installed. What do we mean by progress bar? Like I have already shown you, right? Let me just show you again. Like suppose, let me refresh this. Okay, I became a sudo super user to install anything. Let's clear the screen. And basically apt shows you progress bar. How we will know what does a progress bar mean? Let's search for again, open jdk. Okay, it is trying to search and showing you this much of information. Now suppose you are going to install this again. How we can install this? Apt install and the name of the package. I don't want to do yes or no, then I will just keep hyphen y in the last. So it will show you it is already manually installed. Let's just try to install something else, like it is already installed. Let's try to install this wsi plugin one hyphen y. So see, this is the progress bar. This is the progress bar I was talking about, like what, how much the software has been installed. So this option you will get when you are using apt only. You will not get the same option in while using your apt-get. Okay, so this one you should remember. Now so this one we have saw. Now what is the second thing? This is fewer but sufficient command option we have available in more organized way. This is more organized as compared to this apt-get. Okay, but you know one thing, you won't get this search option here, so you won't find. So you can make it more user friendly to this apt-get. Okay, you can achieve the same thing what you have in apt-get apt by default, but in order to achieve the same using apt-get, you have to run some additional command option. There are certain additional command option you have to perform, right? So you can install the Java in same way here. Let's, whatever we have installed, just let's remove it first. How we can remove it? So it will remove it from the system, right? Now let's try to do the same thing using apt-get. Will it work or not? Let's update the same command, apt hyphen get install. This is also working fine, right? This is also working fine, but you didn't got the progress bar. You just got the scanning details, right? Scanning images, whatever it is getting downloaded, but you didn't got the progress bar like 21%, 22%. So this is also doing the same thing. Hope you have understood the differences between apt and apt-get. So let me revise it again. apt is more user friendly, like it provide you progress bar example, like it have fewer but sufficient command option in more organized way. Okay, but when you come to this apt gate, you can achieve the same thing. You can achieve the same thing if you are providing additional commands option. Okay, you don't have the search option into this apt-get, right? So we saw the lab, right, how we can check for the apt-get, how we can install using apt-get, install the same software. Now the next question is, what do we mean by repository in Linux? Repositories. Let's talk about this. So we saw, right, we saw apt package manager. Package manager does what? It install packages. It install packages, but from where does the packages come? From where does the packages come? That is a question. Okay, and where the package manager find the software we want to install? Okay, where does it find the software I want to install? OpenJDK, so it will find firstly where. Okay, also how it will find the required dependencies. So these are the big question you should, there should be coming in your mind, right? So these packages are files basically, you know, right? Linux is based on files. So whatever packages you download, those are also files. Those are also files. So these files, these packages need to be stored somewhere. Stored somewhere. Either where? Either it is in a local repo or a remote repo. So that a mass number of people can use the same thing, right, from somewhere. Right, like if you have worked or already on DevOps, you know, right? Nexus, JFrog, these all are artifactory management tool. So whatever you will store there throughout your organization, people can access those things, whomever you provide permission. In the same way, in Linux, there is a we have a remote repository where all the packages, okay, are installed, where all the packages are stored somewhere, right? So in simple word, what you can say, a repository is something, you can say that is a warehouse or storage location which contains thousand lakhs of programs. Okay, so each distribution of Ubuntu have a repository, you know. Each distribution of Ubuntu or Linux, sorry, each distribution of Linux will have a repository already. Okay, and that will contain this thousands of program. You don't have to worry about this. So if you what are the best practices here, like if you have a freshly installed a application, sorry, a Linux operating system, what is the first thing you have to do? First thing you have to do is to, you should use this command, sudo apt update. So when you have freshly installed your Linux operating system, you are running this command for the first time. What does it mean? It will pull all the latest changes from apt repository. See, all the changes from apt repository automatically, because you know, right, all the Linux distribution will have their own repository. So your Linux, the new Linux you have created, it is also having your own, his own repository. And when you will hit this command, it will go to his repository and it will pull all the latest changes, all the latest changes. Okay, also the apt package index is basically a database. Okay, it's a kind of a database, you can say. Okay, which does what, it holds record of available packages from repository. Okay, so apt have what, it is a kind of database which is basically keep track of package indexes, and it hold record of available packages from the repository. It knows like what are all the packages we have available in the repository. Okay, it already knows. So if you want to know, right, what are all the software and application I have installed till now, right? So you can directly go to ls etc and apt. Into this apt, you will have this sources dot list. When you will cat this file, you will come to know what are all the software repositories and all you have installed. So let's talk about now Ubuntu Software Center. Software Center. And why do we need that if we have the apt or apt-get, right? So this is also a common scenario. So basically, like, see, sometimes there are packages which is not available in the official repository. How you will check the official repository? Using apt search and the package name, right? And when you do that, you don't get the required file there. That is not latest also. Okay, so there should be some another way, right, to install this software. You need that, right? You need that badly. You don't want to install the software in your system. In that case, you will go to Ubuntu software system. What can be another case? Like, software are available there in the official repository, but they are not of latest version. Why? Because it is publicly available for all the Linux user, right? So it takes time to reflect in the official repository, because software packages are verified first. Once it is verified, then only it's been added to the official repository. So that takes time, and in that time you can't download it, right? So like example would be your browser, code editor, etc. These are not available in the official repository. In that case, you have alternative. How many alternative you have three type of alternatives. First is the one which we are talking about, Ubuntu software center. Second is snap package manager, and the third is you can add you can add repository to official list of repo. This is very important concept, don't take it lightly, I will say. Okay, you should know the alternative to install some package, right? There can be some situation you will come across, you don't know what to do at that time, you will do Google searching. It's better to do this same thing here itself, right? So these are the alternative way you have, using which you can install your software third party application which is not present into the official repository. So we have already talked about this Ubuntu software center. It is a kind of, it is a kind of play store. Like, you have app store for iOS, you have play store for Android, right? In the same way, in Ubuntu you have this software center where you can download the packages easily. It is a kind of graphical way. Okay, now we have something called snap. Okay, so you can download packages using snap also or apt also. S- Same way. So but what is the difference between snap and apt? Which one to use? As a DevOps engineer, which one I should use? So snap is something like these are like something self container dependencies. Okay, it is self contained dependencies. What does this mean? It is contained in a package. And when you will use apt, what does it happen? Dependencies are shared across, right? Dependencies are shared. So like, suppose you are installing Chrome and using snap, what will happen? It will first download the Chrome package, right? It will download all the dependencies. See, it is also a file, all are package. See, more memory will get consumed, right? In that case, these are like blocks, right? But when you will go for apt, what will happen? This will get shared, right? Your dependency will be shared across the a complete Linux environment. Means it will check either the dependencies are already there. If yes, then it will skip that dependency. But in this case, it is directly downloading the blocks, right? It is directly downloading the blocks. Also, when you will come to Snap, it support universal Linux packages. Okay, so Snap is nothing but a universal Linux package. Means it is authorized and authenticated, you can say. But apt is only for specific Linux distribution. So any Linux distribution you can use, you are using RHEL, CentOS, or anything, you can use this Snap. But apt is only for specific Linux distribution. I mean, apt is just for, you can use just in Linux. Like type, if you will go to the official documentation page, you will see something like this, dev. Okay. Now, if you will use Snap, you will get automatic updates, guys. But when you will use this apt, you have to do manual update. You have to do manual updates. But what is the demerit? What is the disadvantage, right? You will see like all are good, right? All are good in terms of Snap till now. What is the main disadvantage? So it is having larger installation size. Why? Because it downloads all the thing in a block format. So it doesn't share its dependencies, right? It do what? Instead of that, it download all the dependencies like dependency A, dependency B, dependency C. It downloads like this. For each and every application, it will download dependencies, right? But when you will go with apt, you have lesser installation size. Because because dependencies are shared across the application. We already know binary will go to binary, library will go to library. In this way, dependencies are shared across, right? Also, it does, using apt, it does check, do we have the particular dependencies already available? Yes, then skip. No, then download it and keep it in a folder, some folder where it belongs to. But in this case, for each and every installation, it is for each and every application installation, it is going to download separate dependency. And this is very, very what? Time, sorry, large. It takes large installation size in this case. This is the main disadvantage. Now, the third thing is we have saw this Ubuntu Software Center, we have saw Snap Package Manager. Now the third is adding repository, right? Add repo. So third party software which is not available in the Linux official repository, we can get it from by adding repository. Okay, so it will help you. So the adding repository, in the sense you're trying to download some software which is not yet official as I said. But you can add the repository, if it is present, repository to where, you can add it to where I told you, /etc/apt/sources dot list. Here you can add any repository. Okay, and next what you have to do, you have to use this command. Once you will add the particular repository to the file, this directory contains nothing but the link of downloadable file from where I can download. That's it. More details also will be there, but our main concern is this. When you will add here, then only you can run the same command, apt install, and whatever package name you have added or link you have added, the link you have given some name, right? That name you have to provide here. It will download the package for you. Okay, and using repository, while talking about repository, you will come across some term like this is called PPA. It is nothing but personal package archive. This video is long little, but you don't need to do anything after this. If you will watch my day 9 and day 10, Linux is sufficient for you. it is sufficient for you, right? What do we mean by personal package archive? So suppose there are some application developer, right, or user, they want to create their own repo, right? Once they will create their own repo, they want to distribute this software through the particular repository, Linux repository. So they can also develop their own package, okay. Then your PPA comes in picture. You can develop your own package archive, and you can keep it to a particular repo, so that Linux user across the world or the country, they would be able to access your things, okay. And also, adding repository, when you add the, let's come back to the topic, when you add repository, so we it is used by developer to, so sorry, I'm coming to this topic again. So while you will use PPA, why do we need PPA? Like, this is mainly, as I told, used by developer. So what they do, they just provide updates more quicker than official Ubuntu repository, right? If Ubuntu is not releasing the official thing, what will happen? This person can develop their own package, right? And they can use it and keep it for open for the another user as well, right? So this is how it helps you to get the package update more quickly than the Linux, right? But we have to be aware, guys. Just a red mark. Why? Any guesses why we have to be aware? So because whenever you add some PPA, right, there are some risks involved. What kind of risk? So there is no guarantee, because it is not authorized by Linux, it's not added to the official Ubuntu repository now, but still you are trying to use it, you are trying to add it. So there is no guarantee of quality or security. It is up to you, right? Now, like any unofficial package, right, like any other unofficial software package, it will also may cause difficulties when you will try to upgrade to your new Ubuntu release. It may cause some difficulties to you, okay. So this was all about your repository. Now we will go ahead and we will check the Vim editor, guys, okay, and how we can use the Vim editor, because it is very very important. Vim or Vim editor. So what is Vim editor? Vim editor is a text based editor, you can say. It is a text editor. You will have by default in Linux this editor. Okay. And text editor in form of CLI. It is a kind of text editor in form of CLI. It is very fast and efficient to work with, right? To work with. Now question, let's start the question. Why do we need a CLI text editor like Vim? Why? And how to work with this? If it is important, then how to work with this? Okay. And the third question should be like, how we can edit a file in this? How to edit file using Vim, Vim editor, right? So let's try to find out the answer of these questions. So before this, there is something like VI and VIM. Okay, you can use either this, right? But the both are Linux built-in built-in text editor. But Vim is more advanced, like it is kind of improvised version of VI. So better to use Vim only, right? And VI is what? It is by far most distributed user text editor in Linux. So till now we were using this VI, but this is Vim is more improvised version. It released recently. So depending on your Linux distribution, it may not be installed, right? Depending your as per your Linux distribution, maybe you can't find this or you can't find this, right? It depends. Now, so if They are basically terminal application. Okay, so you will have to start and use them in the terminal with command. So it is a kind of terminal applications. So this you can use the vim or vi editor in the terminal itself, so that is why we are denoting it as a terminal editor. So what are its use cases, what we can do with this, right? So we can do small modification faster. You will be thinking, I have the graphical, right? How why I will use this? So whenever it comes for small modification, those are very faster here, especially when currently right now you are working with CLI. Instead of if you want to use the graphical editor, what you have to do, you have to search for it, you have to open the editor, you have to find a particular file, right? And you have to make the changes. But if you will use this Vim editor in the terminal mode, it is faster to create, search, and edit the file at the same time. It support also multiple format, either it is Python, .yaml or .txt. Anything is fine. Anything is fine for it. When working on a remote server, when working for a remote server, like so suppose git CLI, right? Command, you write command, right, to commit the message. You can display your Kubernetes configuration. You can quickly edit a line and character in a file. In these three cases, it is going to help you a lot, right? Instead of opening it into the graphical mode, you can directly do those all things into a terminal, like running git command, running kubectl command, checking the kubectl configuration file, as I told. So let's see how we can work with the Vim editor. So this is the editor, guys. How we can start, like suppose I want to create a file. I want to create a file, like suppose abc.txt. If the file is not present here, if it is present, it will open it for you. Okay. If it is not installed, suppose, how you will install this? So for that you have command sudo apt install vim -y. So it is showing you Vim is already the latest version. In that case, it is not installed. Just try this command to make it. Now let's try to open the same command, vim abc.txt. So guys, this editor is having now two modes. Okay, this editor is having two mode. So Vim editor is having two modes. What are those two modes? One is command mode and another is editor mode. Okay, so one is default. This is also command mode, is also called default mode. I will show you what does this mode means, right? So in this command mode, you can't edit your text. Can't edit your text in this mode. Okay, so whatever you will type as a command, whatever you will type, it will interpreted as a command. You can't edit text, right? Also, using this, you can navigate, search, delete, or undo. In the command mode, you can do what? Navigate to a text, search for a text, delete, delete a text, etc. These all things you can do in the command mode itself. And coming to editor mode, what it does, it allows you to enter text. Okay, and you have to once, so let's see here itself so that it will be more clear too. Now see, I am in command mode, guys. Okay, this is the default mode where you can't edit the text, right? How to come to editor mode? For to come to editor mode, you have to, now we are trying to switch from command mode to edit mode. So for that I have to press I. So once I have hit I, you can see in the down I came to this insert mode. Once I came to this insert mode, I can start typing. Um, I can start typing here, right? Now, what do you want? You want to close the editor as well as you want to save the changes you have made to this file. Okay, I want to come out of this editor. Also, I want to save this file. How can I do that? You have to again go back to the command mode. How I can go back to the command mode? You have to type esc. esc. Now you can see from the down, it has removed the insert thing, right? Insert showing. Now I came to the command mode. Right now the second step is I have to save and quit. So for that, what you have to do, you have to hit colon w quit. W means write file to disk and Q means close. Just hit enter. You came out of it. Right now, if you want to check whatever you have written, how you can check? Cat, let's see if it really saved or not. See, it has saved our file. Let's try to do one thing. Let's reopen this again. VIM or VI. I will do what? I am now command mode. I will hit press I to come to insert mode, and now I will enter one more line. I am a singer 2. Singer 2, right? And but I don't want to save the changes which I have made. I don't want to save this line, second line, right? But I want to close the file. I want to come out of it. So for that, what you have to do, again you have to enter escape, press escape to come from insert mode to escape mode. Just hit escape. You are in command mode. Now you don't want to save this, right? But just want to quit. How we can do? Just hit colon q and this quit. Right now let's try to read the file again. See, it didn't saved our next line which we have added. So this is very very important commands whatever we have. So just try to by heart it, just try to revise the day 9 things, right? Just make a note of those all things. Now what I will do, I will create a new file using vim editor. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's search for some kubernetes config file. You can take anything, right? I'm just showing you some use cases of vim editor. Let's take this. I will go to this. I will create a new file, vim deployment deploy, let it be .yml. Insert mode, paste all the things. I pasted everything. Now I will come switch back to command mode, escape. I want to save and quit, wq, enter. Cat deploy.yml. This is the file we can see, and this is the YAML we have recently uh, pasted here into our deploy.yml file. Now what we will do, I will show you some of the use cases you can perform using this vim command, how easy it is to write. Okay, so let's see that. So now what I will do, I want to delete a line in this vim text. So for that, first I have to go to access this file. I want to delete some particular line. Okay, so how I can do that? To delete, you have to do, instead of deleting each and every character like this, like you will go here, you will press, you will come to insert mode, then only you can delete. Okay, by pressing I, then you are going to delete like this. This is, but this is not a smart way, right? So let's check how we can do that. So this is our file. I want to delete it at once, this complete app nginx line at once. Okay, or this labels line at once. So what, how I can do that? So for that, what you have to do, you have to switch back to the command mode. How I can go to command mode? Just hit ESC. I came to command mode, and now just press twice DD. It has deleted that particular line. See, but for that you have to come to the command mode. Keep in mind. Okay. Now, suppose you want to delete multiple lines at once. Okay, I want to delete multiple lines at once. So how I can do that? Suppose you want to delete 10 line at once, right? Suppose you want to delete 10 line at once. So what you will do, just go to this template. Make sure you are in command mode. Now what you will do, just type delete 10, enter. It has deleted the 10 lines for you. Okay, but I have deleted, but suddenly I realize I need that configuration. I want to undo those changes. So what I will do, I will just hit U. Even whatever you have deleted up also, like the labels, you can hit again U, undo, it will come. It will come, right? Now the question is, I want to jump to the end of the line of the file. Okay, so all thing we are doing in command mode, make sure. So I want to jump to the end of the line, end of the file. So for that, what I have to do, I have to press A, caps A. Just hit caps A. Okay, just you are here, right? You are here, just hit, you are in insert mode, just come to command mode, just hit app caps A. See, you came to the end of the line instead of like going like this. I am here now. I want to jump to the beginning of a line. Just hit, come to command mode, hit type 0. You are in the beginning of the line, right? To go right side, just hit A caps A. It will help you to jump to the end of the line and switch to the insert mode as well, right? You, I think you missed. If you will do caps A, you are in insert mode as well as you are in the end of the line. Now you want to go back again, go to command mode, hit O. See, you will just come in the beginning of the line, right? Now what I want to jump to the end of line without switching to the insert mode, right? I don't want to, if I will just go here, coming to the end of the this, I don't want to come to this insert mode. So for that, what I have to do, I'm already in command mode. You have to hit dollar, type dollar. See, you are not in editor mode, but you are in the last line of this file. See how beautiful this process is. So now you want to jump to a specific line inside a file, right? When would you like to jump to a specific location in a file? What do you think? Any guesses? No guesses, right? Suppose you have written some Kubernetes application only, right? Kubernetes, this type of Kubernetes application only. When you will run the file which is containing 100 lines of code, and it failed by saying like, hey, error at 99 line, number of line. So you are you going to do, you don't know, right? What is the 99 line here, right? You don't know. So you can see here, you can track, but are you going like this? No, right? So the shortcut is, what you have to do, you have to come to, like, I want to go to 12 line, 12 number line. I will come to command mode, ESC, and then I will type, then you have to type 12 number and caps G. This is the 12 number line. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, right? Let's try 13 again. 13 caps G. You are at spec. So this is how beautifully you can switch to a particular error line. So there are two more important practical, very important and practical commands are there, like searching in a file. Like searching in a file, how we can do that? To search in a file, you have to first be in command mode. We already are. And then what you have to do, you have to type this forward, right? And here after forward, basically, this is how it looks. If you want to search something in a file in Vim editor, you have to write this forward slash, and after forward slash you have to mention, like, type, you have to type the text, you're looking for. Let's go back. So what I will do, I want to search nginx, nginx. See, it is showing you, the first occurrence of first, or not the first, but it is showing your first nginx here, right? If you want to check next, just type n. It should show. It's not scrollable actually. So see, it is switching to all the nginx, right? If you want to go up, just type caps up. It will show you all the nginx, right? If you want to go down, just type small n. If you want to go up, type small n. This is how you can search for a particular word. All right. Now I want to show you how I want to replace. Okay, I want to replace all the whatever time nginx came here, right? At certain time I'm writing this Kubernetes manifest file and I want to change this nginx to some other image, right? Maybe in the most of the cases what you will do, you will have your own Docker image, right? You have a push to your Docker hub, so that image you are going to replace here. So you can directly replace in the image section, correct? But what I want, all the occurrences of nginx, I want to change it to some other, instead of nginx I want to replace it with some other word. So what we are going to see today, see now, replace all occurrences. You have the u command, don't worry, you can undo it. So how you can do that? So suppose first you have to come to command mode, and second you have to do in the same way, you have to write now percentage. For searching a file you wrote this forward slash, right? Forward or backward. In the same way you will come to this command mode, you will type this, you will just type s, which string? I want to replace nginx string with web app. Okay, this is your old text and this is going to be your new text, right? It will do what? It will basically replace old with the new throughout the line. So this was all about today, guys. So we have seen the complete root folder structure, what is the hierarchy, what the folders belong to, and what is their use cases. We have seen this all complete thing with real-time example. We have saw also what is hidden file, what are the command line basics and overview. Okay, we saw also how we can navigate to a file system, what is package manager, what is software package, what is how we can install packages. We try to find out so many questions, right? Also we saw like how we can manage software packages using apt, what is the advantage of this package manager, what is repositories, okay, Ubuntu software center, and what are the alternative way we have to install a software application. And we saw the vim editor in the last, right? So this is all about the Linux. For you should know as a DevOps engineer, there are little more things are there which we will cover going forward in the next session. So just stay tuned and please drop a like and your comments, like either any improvement needed or any suggestion you want to give. Just drop a comment and just drop a like and share with your friend. Thank you so much. See you in the next day 11.